Oh, video. Today is Friday, March 13th, 2026, with your boy Ryan and the Northwest Sports Fanatics. Make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button either now or on your way out. Donate to your boy if you can. Cash App, $ ORIONNWSF, or the YouTube Super Chat right here. We got some World Baseball Classic action this Friday evening. Team USA versus Team Canada. First pitch is going to be here in just a couple minutes. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and let's get into the starting lineups. Happy Friday, everyone. And on the thumb, on the left, the best player on Team USA overall, one of the best in the world. It is Aaron Judge. And on the right, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, Josh Naylor. Now let's get into the starting lineups here first for Team USA. Leading off for Team USA at shortstop, representing the Kansas City Royals, Bobby Witt Jr. Batting second, playing first base, Bryce Harper. Batting third, playing right field, Aaron Judge. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, DHing for Team USA, Kyle Schwarber. Batting fifth, playing third base, representing the Chicago Cubs and Team USA, Alex Bregman. Batting sixth, playing left field, Roman Anthony. Batting seventh, catching today for Team USA and representing the Seattle Mariners, it is big dumper Cal Raleigh. Batting eighth, playing second base, Bryce Durang. And batting ninth, playing center field, representing the Chicago Cubs and Team USA, it is PCA Pete Crow Armstrong. And on the mound for Team USA, it is Logan Webb. And now let's get into the starting lineups for Team Canada. Leading off for Team Canada and playing shortstop, Otto Lopez. Batting second, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, first baseman, Josh Naylor. Batting third, playing right field, Tyler O'Neill. Batting cleanup, batting fourth, third baseman, Abraham Toro. Batting fifth, playing left field, Owen Casey. Batting sixth, DHing for Team Canada, Matt Davidson. Batting seventh, catching today for Team Canada, Bo Naylor. Batting eighth, playing center field, Denzel Clark. And batting ninth, representing the Minnesota Twins and Team Canada, second baseman, Edward Julian. And on the mound for Team Canada will be Michael Soroka. We'll be shooting for 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Daniel in the building, what's good? And obviously it's single elimination the rest of the way. So if we can end up getting the victory here, there is a good chance, that we end up matching up with the Dominican Republic if they can get past Japan tomorrow. So definitely looking forward to doing that game tomorrow and seeing if the United States can, pull off the trifecta. We know obviously in the Winter Olympics, the females for the ice hockey ended up getting gold. The men ended up getting gold. And we will see here in the WBC if the United States can go 3 for 3. And let me get everything situated here, get all my screens lined up. And I think we should be good to go. We're on a commercial break. And I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. Should be a good one. Obviously, we've had a few competitive matchups. This one could be similar to the Mexico Team USA matchup that we saw a few days ago. Obviously, the pitching matchup is going to be a little bit better, and it lines up. If Logan Webb can get the victory here against Team Canada, we will have Paul Skeens against the Dominican Republic. And I feel the Dominican Republic might be the best team, in this tourney. And again, it's going to be a challenge. But I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what we can get done. So Dominican Republic is actually playing Korea right now. And if they advance, then Team USA would face them. And then I believe it's Venezuela that has Japan tomorrow instead of the Dominican Republic. So Venezuela, obviously, with Ronald Acuna Jr., Eugenio Suarez, they got a few studs over there on that side. But again, Team Japan obviously has Shohei Ohtani. I do believe Yoshinobu Yamamoto did go back to the Dodgers, just like Tarek Skubal went back to the Tigers. So we are getting quite a few people, going back to their teams a little bit early. But I'm definitely excited for that opportunity to see if Venezuela can get past Team Japan, or if Shohei Ohtani will be able to impose as well. And again, if the Dominican Republic end up finding a way to get victory today against Korea, which they should, then we will end up facing them, obviously, in the near future. And Dominican Republic right now is up 7-0 on Korea. So it looks like that would be the natural progression here for Team USA if we can end up getting the victory. And in all honesty and reality, that might end up actually being the real championship game between the Dominican Republic and Team USA, even though it wouldn't be in the final. I think that's probably the most anticipated matchup of this entire tournament. But again, we're going to have to go through the battles to be able to get to the war. It's not going to be easy, but I'm definitely hoping that Team USA is up for the challenge. Mark DeRosa, got to get a better manager, especially if someone doesn't really know all the rules and whatnot, and had some of the players up late, celebrating that 5-3 victory over Team Mexico and then losing to Italy 8-6. But obviously able to rebound after that. But again, we will be able to see how it all shakes out here today, and this will be the strongest lineup and the second strongest pitcher that we have left. Really, the only reliable pitchers that Team USA has is Paul Skeens and Logan Webb. Everyone else is very hit or miss. So, we did have Skubal for one game, but he decided to go back to Detroit and get back in his regular routine for the Detroit Tigers. So, let's see where this all goes. On the mound will be Michael Soroka. And in the box, leading off for Team USA, representing the Kansas City Royals, shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. On deck, first baseman representing the Phillies and Team USA, Bryce Harper. And batting third, the best player on the team overall, Team USA, right fielder Aaron Judge.
By the way, you should have
obviously a player that we know that Ohtani and Judge are the best players on planet Earth, and hopefully we'll be able to compete here today. First pitch is in there, first strike.
My arms are longer. Do the roar again.
0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch, check swing. Did Witt go? He did not. 1 ball and 1 strike from Soroka to Bobby Witt Jr. Check swing. Did he go on the corner? Yes, he did. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Soroka to Bobby Witt Jr. World Baseball Classic, we're in the quarterfinals, single elimination the rest of the way. And obviously, Dominican Republic have imposed their will on Team Korea, up 7-0. And that would be the next opponent for Team USA if we win this here today. 1-2 pitch, popped up and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Michael Soroka on the mound for Team Canada, Bobby Witt Jr. in the box. One-two pitch. And it gets a little wild, goes back to the backstop there. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Soroka to Bobby Witt Jr. And Witt has been exceptional. .357 average in the WBC, one of the more reliable players on offense and defense, and we're going to definitely need all that we can get from Bobby Witt Jr. here today. 2-2 pitch, chopped and feeding into right field, foul. Two-two pitch from Soroka and fouled back behind the plate. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes from Soroka to Bobby Witt Jr. Single elimination the rest of the way. We can end up winning this game against Team Canada. We would face the Dominican Republic, and somehow, some way, if we were able to win that, then hopefully we would be able to move on and potentially play a team like Japan or Venezuela on the other side of the bracket. Pitch is outside. Good eye by Bobby Witt Jr. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Soroka to Bobby Witt Jr., representing the Kansas City Royals, and here, Team USA. 3-2 pitch from Soroka. Low and away. Great eye there by Bobby Witt Jr., and that will be a walk. Hit to first. Let's go, baby. Next up for Team USA, first baseman Bryce Harper. Bryce. Harper not really doing as much, as a few of the other guys in the starting lineup. Only batting 200 in this tourney so far. First pitch, little check swing, 0-1 count. Top of the first inning, Team USA up. Not yet. Still knotted up at 0 here early. 0-1 pitch. Crushes it towards that first baseline and fading foul. Harper in the box. The 0-2 count. 2 balls and 2 strikes as they show my hero, Ken Griffey Jr., on screen, a professional photographer after his playing days, and he has had some amazing photos for Team USA as well as the rest of the tourney. 0-2 pitch from Soroka. Harper crushes it into center field, going back to the wall, and caught. Wow. And Harper has to make his way back to first base. What a catch there by Denzel Clark. Great defense there for Team Canada in center field. Now goes Bryce Harper, and that is 1 away. Next up for Team USA in the 3-hole, right fielder Aaron Judge. First pitch to Judge is low and away from Michael Soroka. 1-0 count. 250 average, 4 for 16, 2 home runs and 5 ribbies for Aaron Judge. But we know that at any given moment, that one swing could end up leading to a home run or a big RBI. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Soroka to Judge. World Baseball Classic quarterfinal live. Global broadcast on Fox. Team USA and Team Canada knotted up here at the first inning, 0-0. And then we have the Dominican Republic up 7-0 in the bottom of the 4th against Team Korea. 2-0 pitch. Judge crushes it into left field. Go, baby, go. Go. And a little bit of a bobble there for the left fielder. And a great job there. A stand-up double by Aaron Judge. Let's go. And that's exactly what you need out of Team USA. Someone that's reliable. Someone that we can count on. Just like the Team Japan and Shohei Ohtani. Beautiful double. Bobby Witt Jr. scampers to third. And we have runners at second and third with 1 out. For cleanup hitter, DHing for Team USA, Kyle Schwarber. So, see if we can get some runs on the board here early. First pitch to Schwarber, line drive. No one's covering first. And finally, toe taps on the bag, but Bobby Witt Jr. comes home. And that is 1-0 to USA. There we go. They decided to bring the infield in. Schwarber really hasn't been able to connect on too many deep balls, a few in this tourney. A lot of kind of line drive, little dribblers in the infield, and ends up getting one there. But Bobby Witt Jr. comes home, 1-0 Team USA. Let's go. Next up is third baseman representing the Chicago Cubs at Team USA, former Stro and former Red Sox, Alex Bregman. Let's go, Bregs. Bregman fouls that one back. 0-1 count. And it's always going to be good for Team USA to be able to strike early regardless of the opponent. And if we can get past Team Canada, the Dominican Republic, to me, are the best team in this tourney. I don't know if we can beat them, but if we have Skeens on the mound and he can go 5, 6, 7 innings, we might be able to compete and match that talent pair. Popped up by Bregman. Edouard Julien is there, and that is out number 3. But not after Team USA ends up scoring the first run. Schwarber with a dribbler. Bobby Witt Jr. coming in from third. 1-0 Team USA. See who's up next here for Team Canada in the bottom of the first. Leading off for Team Canada at shortstop, Otto Lopez. Batting second, first baseman representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, Josh Naylor. And batting third, representing the Orioles and Team Canada, right fielder Tyler O'Neill. And on the mound for Team USA, our second best starter after Paul Skeens, Logan Webb. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Team USA. Schwarber with a little dribbler, ends up finding Bobby Witt Jr. from third coming home, and we'll take an early 1-0 lead. Thumbnail turned out great. Got Aaron Judge on the left, Team Canada and Seattle Mariner, Josh Naylor on the right. And we definitely have been trying to showcase quite a few of the Seattle Mariner players throughout the tourney on the thumbs. And again, I just want to get past Team Canada so we can match up against the Dominican Republic. And again, I think Team USA understands how good that team is top to bottom. Maybe the one edge that we would have is pitching with Skeens on mound. But again, that team is very emotional, very passionate, just like Team Venezuela. And we would need to be able to play almost perfectly to advance. So, again, can't wait to be able to see how this tournament progresses, and hopefully we'll be able to make that dream come true for Team USA and their fan base. Logan Webb on the mound here for Team USA. Leading off is Otto Lopez. First pitch from Webb. In there for a strike. 34 starts, 15-11 record with a 3.22 ERA with the 2025 San Francisco Giants. Opponent average only 264, only gave up 14 homers last season. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is inside to Otto Lopez. 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Lopez. Sinker, sweeper, changeup are his 3 favorite. Will occasionally run a cutter and a 4-seam fastball as well. 5 different pitches to be able to select from here from Logan Webb. 1-1 pitch. Little slow dribbler towards third, and that is a base knock. It's Bobby Witt Jr. a little out of position there. Nice single for Otto Lopez. Lopez with a single. Next up, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, first baseman Josh Naylor. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Team USA with a Schwarber slow dribbler to first, and we ended up getting, Bobby Witt Jr. to scamper from third to come home after Aaron Judge got a double before that. And again, being able to get on the board early will definitely be key for Team USA and Team Canada winning this game. First pitch into Josh Naylor, taking a strike, 0-1 count. Naylor batting .250 here in the WBC, representing Team Canada. 0-1 pitch from Webb. And Naylor crushes that one, fading towards left field and out of play. fourth first baseman in MLB history with 20 home runs and multiple stolen bags last season. O2 pitch. Good eye by Josh Naylor. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Naylor. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0 USA. One-two pitch from Webb and crushed with a laser towards first base and foul. Count still remains 1 ball and 2 strikes in the bottom of the first with a runner at first, Otto Lopez, with a single into left field in his first at bat. Tyler O'Neill on deck. Naylor in the box. Logan Webb on the mound. 1-2 pitch from Webb. Popped up. Down that left field line. Nice hustle there by Alex Bregman. Great job there. Down goes Naylor, and that is 1 away. Next up is right fielder Tyler O'Neill, and a hell of a defensive play there from Alex Bregman. Great hustle. And it was Bregman that was a little out of position on the first play, not Bobby Witt Jr., for that Otto Lopez hit towards third base. But he makes up for it there with a brilliant defensive play in foul territory. First pitch to O'Neill, high and inside, 1-0 count. O'Neill struggling a little bit in the WBC, batting 143 for Team Canada. World Baseball Classic quarterfinal live, global broadcast on Fox if you want to watch along. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes from Webb to O'Neill. No home runs, 2 ribbies in the tournament so far for Tyler. Bottom of the first inning, 1-0, Team USA. Dominican Republic taking care of Team Korea 7-0 as well. Nice line drive, and it gets past him again. And now we got runners at first and second there for Team Canada. Nice base knock there by Tyler O'Neill, and we're going to have to get Bregman and Bobby Witt Jr. on the same page here defensively. Kind of in no man's land in between both of them. Next up is third baseman, cleanup hitter for Team Canada, Abraham Toro. But, very precision-like, hitting here by Team Canada early. And looks like they flipped up the order with Casey now. Supposed to be batting after Abraham Toro, so let's flip that. Owen Casey in the box. Oh, 1 pitch. In there for a strike, high and away. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Webb on the mound, Owen Casey in the box. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Pitch is low and at the knees, inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Owen Casey. Logan Webb on the mound, Owen Casey in the box. Bottom of the first, runners at first and second. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and down goes Owen Casey. First punch out there for Logan Webb. Way to bring that electricity after giving up a few hits. And those hits have been precision-like, right in between Bobby Witt Jr. and Alex Bregman. So kind of in no man's land, and it goes right in between second and third base. But Casey with a big swing and a miss, and down he goes. And that is 2 away. Next up is third baseman Abraham Toro. Toro crushes that towards first base, foul. Having a insane WBC, batting .467, 7 for 15, 1 home run and 5 ribbies, one of the best batting averages overall in the WBC here in 2026. 6th team in 6 years, and was on the Mariners, so we're familiar with him as well. Little check swing, goes back into Cal Raleigh's glove and his chest protector. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at first and second and 2 out. Team USA with a early 1-0 lead. Schwarber with a slow dribbler, but ended up getting the tap on the bag, and he was out to make it 2 outs. But Bobby Witt Jr. in that period was able to scamper from third to home, giving Team USA an early 1-0 lead. And Bobby Witt Jr. was able to go from first to third and home because Aaron Judge ended up getting a double. No surprise there. Judge has been the man. 0-2 pitch from Webb, and that is strike 3. What a punch out there by Logan Webb after giving up a couple base knocks to be able to get a few punch outs. Nice job. Way to bring that electricity. Down goes Abraham Toro, and that is out number 3. See who's up next here for Team USA in the top of the second. Next up for Team USA here in the top of the second inning, left fielder in the 6th hole, representing the Boston Red Sox, Roman Anthony. Batting second in the 7th hole, catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And batting third, second baseman, representing the Milwaukee Brewers, Bryce Terang. On the mound for Team Canada is Michael Soroka. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Single elimination the rest of the way, and obviously if Team USA can hang on and take this victory against Team Canada, they will be playing the Dominican Republic in the next round, which will be the toughest test in the tourney and could end up being one of the best games overall, even though it wouldn't be the final. And then if somehow, some way, if we were able to get past the Dominican Republic, then at some point, it would end up being, you would assume, maybe Venezuela or Team Japan or one of those teams on the other side of the bracket. Would have been nice if the Dominican Republic was on the right side of the bracket. We could actually face them in the final. But again, Venezuela, Team Japan, there's still a few pretty good teams on that opposite side. First pitch, high and away by Soroka, missing 1-0 count. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Team USA. 1-0 pitch, slow dribbler there by Roman Anthony towards first base and foul. Michael Soroka on the mound for Team Canada, and Roman Anthony in the box representing the Red Sox and Team USA. 1-1 pitch, slow dribbler towards first base. Josh Naylor is there, toe tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. Next up, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team USA, big dumper catcher Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Judah in the building, what's good? Nick in the building, Daniel in the building, what's good? Come on, Cal. Cal hasn't homered yet. We assumed that the pecking order would go Judge, Schwarber, and then Cal. But again, 0 for 6. So far, they haven't really been pitching Cal down the middle. They've been pitching to him outside and trying to jam him inside. So he hasn't really seen too many good looks right down the middle, but maybe that'll be something different here today. 1-0 pitch, popped it up. In foul territory and caught, and that is 2 away. Down goes Cal. Finally gets a pitch right down the middle and pops it up in foul territory. Nice job there by Bo Naylor, catcher for Team Canada with the defense. Next up is second baseman Bryce Frank. It's been a fun tournament. It's great to be able to see the emotion, out of the Dominican Republic and Team Venezuela, as well as a few other countries. First pitch is high and away from Soroka to Terang, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch from Soroka, high and away, four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes from Soroka to Terang. 2-0 pitch, high and away, four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, missing again. 3 balls and no strikes to Bryce Terang, and he's been the man in this WBC for Team USA. 417 average, has been very consistent for us, like Abraham Toro has for Team Canada. 3-0 pitch from Soroka, high and away, but gets that corner with the sinker just barely on the line. 95 mile an hour sinker on the corner. 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Team USA up 1-0 on Team Canada. 3-1 pitch, crushes it towards first base and foul. 92 mile an hour fastball there by Soroka. Count now is full, 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. And then my hero, Ken Griffey Jr. Three-two pitch, and Terang crushes that one into left field and out of play. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. 1-0, Team USA up. Come on, Bryce. 3-2 pitch. Terang pops it up and out of play into left field. Nice souvenir for that fan out there. Top of the second inning, Team USA up 1-0. Nobody on with 2 outs. Soroka on the mound, already 30 pitches in. Bryce Terang in the box, batting .417 in this tourney, and has been a very reliable player for the Milwaukee Brewers and obviously Team USA in this tourney. 3-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking, and Terang, see you later. What a pitch there by Michael Soroka, bringing that electricity, and down goes Team USA. All right, let's see who's up next here for Team Canada. Looks like they made a late scratch on their lineup. I gotta get the Tyler Black photo. They went with a different lineup than the lineup that they had promoted on socials. So let me just get this reorganized here real quick. They flipped Owen Casey and Abraham Toro, and at the last minute decided to swap out Matt Davidson at DH for Tyler Black. So let me get that situated here. Next up in the 6th hole, DHing will be Tyler Black. On deck will be catcher Bo Naylor. And batting third will be center fielder stud Denzel Clark, who has already come up with a big catch here earlier today. First pitch right down the middle from Logan Webb to Tyler Black, in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Now, he doesn't work for the Mariner organization. He's a professional photographer, just like Randy Johnson is. So they work independently for themselves. Obviously, he's got access to anything sport related through baseball, whether it be WBC or Olympics or any really sport. And I know Randy Johnson does concerts as well, and also does a little bit of wildlife photography in Africa and other locations as well. So now Griffey will still spend a lot of time like Ichiro, but isn't employed by the team per se. Yeah, but again, I don't think it's necessarily just for fun for Griffey and Randy Johnson. They make a living, doing this professional photography. So, it's something that they take very, very serious. Bottom of the 2nd inning, nobody on with no outs. 1-2 count from Webb to Tyler Black. But like Ichiro still shows up, pretty much on the daily, still wears the uniform, so it's not like you're going to see some of these other guys as often, like Randy or Griffey, but, if they're in town, they definitely show up. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes after that changeup, 87 miles an hour, misses by Logan Webb. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Two pitch. And that is strike 3 looking. Great pitch there by Logan Webb. Way to bring that electricity. Down goes Tyler Black on strikes. I like it, and that is 1 away. Next up is catcher for Team Canada in the 7th hole, Bo Naylor. Yeah, but it's good for, certain players to be able to have a passion or a hobby after sports. Obviously, we see what happens with a lot of college football and NFL players. That end up, getting CTE or end up having some crazy stuff that happens with them after. So if you can end up having something that's positive, that can still end up taking care of his kids and his family while still having fun and getting paid to do it and having access to all these amazing events, why not? 1-0 pitch from Webb to Naylor outside. 2 balls and no strikes to Bo Naylor. And it just kind of feels like a lot of the baseball players after they're done, they still, find a way to have somewhat of a normal life. But again, they're not taking the abuse day in and day out like football players are with the headshots and the CTE and whatnot. So bottom of the 2nd inning, 3-0 count here from Webb to Naylor. 3-0 pitch. And there for a strike, 92-mile-an-hour sinker there by Logan Webb. 3 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Naylor. And if you ever go back and look at Griffey and Randy Johnson's photography, they're actually really good. They're just not famous people, that played baseball and that are Hall of Famers. They actually are really good at what they do. Nice line drive there by Bo Naylor into left field, and that's a nice single. Randy Johnson actually ended up doing it in high school and in college at USC. So it was always something that he knew he was going to fall back on. With Ken Griffey Jr., I feel it wasn't necessarily something that was maybe planned, but after, you're done with the game, if you're not on TV, like on MLB Network, where you're not calling games or, you're not a color analyst doing the, kind of extra stuff while someone else is doing the play-by-play, you got to be able to have something that gives you some life and, a little bit of passion and love. First pitch from Webb to Clark. 0-1 count. Absolutely. Bo Naylor able to get a nice base knock into left field. Next up, center fielder Denzel Clark. 0-1 pitch from Webb. Check swing. Pitch is low and away. Sinker, 92 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. No balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Clark. 0-2 pitch, little slow dribbler by Clark. Double play attempt, throw to first, and not in time. We get the force out at second, though. We'll take that. Next up, in the 9-hole, second baseman representing the Twins, as well as Team Canada, Edouard Julien. Bottom of the second inning, Team USA up 1-0. And Julien with a line drive smoked right to Bobby Witt Jr. And what a catch. Witt is a phenom. Wow. And that is out number 3. Great defense there by Bobby Witt Jr. But we can say that pretty much every game in this tourney. He's had a Webb gem, at least one, sometimes even 2 or 3 in the same game. And tomorrow we will be doing Japan and Venezuela. That'll be on at 6 p.m. Pacific. I want to give a special shout out to all the people watching all over the globe. And we've been getting some great views from Mexico, the Philippines, Brazil, Canada, Dominican Republic, Japan, Puerto Rico, Taiwan, Venezuela. So if you are at home, on your phone, on your tablet, on your TV, wherever you are watching, again, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And again, whether it be a tablet, a computer, a TV, or on your mobile cell phone, if you are watching from one of those countries, I am recognizing the stats that we get through the channel, and I just wanted to give a little bit of love, not for just the people in the United States of America, but Mexico, Philippines, Brazil, Canada, Dominican Republic, Japan, Puerto Rico, Taiwan, Venezuela. I see you. And again, don't be shy. You can always comment in the chat and say hello. And there's a lot of other countries other than those that I didn't mention that are obviously on the list for views as well. Go to the bottom of the second inning and see who's up next here for Team Canada. Or excuse me, Team USA. Next up for Team USA in the 9-hole center fielder, it's PCA Pete Crow Armstrong. Batting second with that Webb gem, great defense always by Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 0 with a run and a base on ball. And batting third for Team USA 0 for 1, Bryce Harper. Go to the top of the third inning, 1-0 Team USA. First pitch, outside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss by PCA. Soroka, 95-mile-an-hour fastball right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Top of the third inning, Team USA up 1-0 on Team Canada. 1-1 pitch, high and inside, 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Soroka. 2 balls and 1 strike from Michael Soroka to Pete Crow Armstrong. 2-1 pitch, slow dribbler towards first, and no one at first to cover after Naylor tried to get that ball, and he is safe. Nice job there by PCA. Next up will be shortstop Bobby Witt Jr. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. First pitch, high and inside to Bobby Witt Jr. 4-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour. Missing outside, 1-0 count. 9 subs away from 23,400. We're getting very close. Top of the third, 1-0 Team USA. 1-0 pitch from Soroka, low and away. Cutter, 90 miles an hour, missing low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Bobby Witt Jr. in the box. Michael Soroka on the mound. 2-0 pitch, low and away. Count now is 3 balls and no strikes to Bobby Witt Jr. Come on, Witt. Global broadcast here on Fox for the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal. Single elimination the rest of the way. Dominican Republic manhandling Korea. And we will see how this one will turn out for us as well. Pitch in there for a strike to Bobby Witt Jr. 3 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and no outs. Three-one pitch from Soroka. Slow dribbler. Force out at second. And no double play attempt or throw. And that is 1 away. Next up for Team USA and representing the Philadelphia Phillies, 0 for 1, first baseman Bryce Harper. On deck for Team USA with a double already, right fielder Aaron Judge. First pitch to Harper, crushes that one out of play, 0-1 count. Nice fastball there by Soroka, already 41 pitches in. Oh, 1 pitch from Soroka. Big swing and a miss. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, right down the middle from Michael Soroka. No balls and 2 strikes to Bryce Harper with a runner at first and 1 out. Come on, Bryce. Throw to first. And Witt is safe. Soroka's throw to Naylor brings out a few boos from the crowd. Got to keep those base runners honest. Oh-2 pitch from Soroka. Low and at the knees inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Aaron Judge on deck. Let's go. 1-2 pitch. And Harper crushes it with a pop fly up there, a million. Oh, and he drops it. And they get the out at second. And I guess that was planned at the very last second there to be able to get that runner not to advance. And that is 2 away. Next up is right fielder Aaron Judge. Let's go, Aaron. One of the more reliable hitters for Team USA. There's a few individuals like Terang that have been a little hotter, but as far as home run, reliability, Judge has got to be number 1 on Team USA, just like he is when he's on the Yankees. First pitch, cutter, 92 miles an hour in there for a strike on Judge. Looking, 0-1 count. Soroka on the mound, 45 pitches in. Aaron Judge is already 1 for 1 with a double to be able to get Witt to third, and Schwarber ended up getting the RBI. Pitches low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Michael Soroka on the mound. Aaron Judge in the box. Let's go, Aaron. 1-1 pitch. Pitch is inside. 4-seam fastball. 97-mile-an-hour heat by Michael Soroka. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 2 outs. Team USA up 1-0 here early in the top of the third. Two-one pitch from Soroka. Low and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Aaron Judge. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 3-1 pitch, good eye by Judge, and he ends up taking the walk. Aaron Judge to first. Next up, DHing in the 4-hole, representing the Philadelphia Phillies and Team USA, Kyle Schwarber. And Schwarber has hit a home run in the WBC, but a lot of his hits have been kind of slow dribblers in the infield. So it would be nice if he can end up getting an RBI here to extend our lead, but we'll see what kind of pitches Schwarber gets here by Soroka. First pitch, low and away, 1-0 count. Michael Soroka hitting pitch 50 there. 0 for 1 with an RBI ground out in the first for Schwarber. Bringing Bobby Witt Jr. home. 1-0 pitch, sweeper, 85 miles an hour, low and at the knees. 2 balls and no strikes from Soroka to Kyle Schwarber. Two-0 pitch, right down the middle by Soroka, 90-mile-an-hour cutter right down the middle. 2 balls and 1 strike to Kyle Schwarber. They got a pitcher warming up in the pen already for Soroka. 2-1 pitch. Schwarber crushes it towards that left field line. Throw to first. And safe. Let's go. Beautiful hit by Schwarber. And I know Team Canada was kind of hoping that was going to fade foul, but not so fast. Bases loaded now with 2 outs. Next up is third baseman Alex Bregman. Let's go, Bregs. Bring that electricity out. Bregman in the box with bases loaded and 2 outs. Michael Soroka on the mound. Yeah, but even if we win this game, we would have to play the Dominican Republic. So the chance of winning that game is not very good. You know, it's pretty, I don't want to say it's slim to none, but, you know, we have Skeens going on the mound if we win this game. So if he can go for 5-6 innings, you know, it'll give us a chance if our hitters can match the Dominican Republic hitters. But I feel like the Dominican Republic, to me, they have the best team. It feels like overall, but, you know, again, pitching could end up being the difference. You know, and again, since we don't have Skubal, we don't only really trust Skeens and Webb. Everyone else is kind of hit or miss. So, and then if somehow by a miracle we win this and we win against the Dominican Republic, then we would end up facing like a Venezuela or like a Team Japan, or, you know, more than likely in the final on the other side of the bracket. But still got a lot of ways to go and a little work to do. Top of the third with 2 outs, bases loaded. Soroka on the mound, Bregman in the box. First pitch, high and inside. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Michael Soroka. 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch. In there for a strike with a sweeper, 84 miles an hour. And I don't think we would have a problem with Italy if we were playing them today, because when we ended up losing to them, we had a jobber pitcher, you know, that started the game, ended up getting down 8-0 and ended up scoring 6. But we had you know, compared to our normal best lineup like today, you know, it was like a C lineup. It wasn't even our strongest players. So, you know, again, if we don't have our best players in, yeah, then there's going to be a chance, you know, that another country like Italy would be able to win. But, you know, if you got Webb or Skeens or Skubal on the mound, you know, you feel that you have a very good chance of winning. And we didn't have any of those 3 in that game against Italy. 2-1 pitch. In there for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Soroka to Bregman. And I think if, you know, we faced Italy with Skeens or Logan Webb today, I don't think it would really be an issue. 2-2 pitch. And a little ground ball. Diving grab, throw to first. High throw, go, go, go. There we go, baby. 3-0 Team USA off that wild throw to first. Let's go. Yeah, they did look good. You know, but again, it all depends on who's pitching for us and who's in our starting lineup, you know. And again, you know, when we have our 1A or 1B or 1C lineup, you can definitely tell the difference. I mean, you know, being down 8-0 was a little ridiculous, you know, based off the talent. But if you have a shitty pitcher in there, you know, and you're not being able to get it going, you know, things happen. But at least we were able to, you know, get 6 and, you know, lose respectively. But, you know, they did look good, you know, against Mexico. But Mexico's not Team USA. They don't have the same type of, professional talent on Team Mexico, compared to what we have top to bottom. And after that wild throw, 3-0 Team USA. Let's go. And again, I believe Italy is on the other side of the bracket with Venezuela, as well as Japan. So if Italy can keep continuing their run, who knows? Maybe, that could be a team that possibly can make the final, even though we assume that Venezuela and Japan are slightly better, but by how much? Not very much. So, the separation from the top teams and the other teams, it's pretty close. It's not like a for sure thing for any team that's going to end up winning this WBC. So. And I believe we're going to have a pitching change. But if you're looking at the pitchers, for Team USA, it's not very good. David Bednar, Matthew Boyd, Garrett Clevenger, Tim Hill, Clay Holmes, Griffin Jacks, Brad Keller, Clayton Kershaw, but obviously he's retired. Nolan McLean, and then you got Tyler Rogers and Will Vest and Garrett Whitlock. Really, the only ones that you can trust most of the time is Mason Miller coming in maybe at the end of the game, who's typically a closer. Gabe Spire from the Mariners is very hit or miss. He can get a strikeout, but might give up a home run on the next batter. And then you got Webb and Skeens. So really, Webb and Skeens are really the only ones, out of, how many guys here? 4, 8, 12, 16 pitchers. We got 2 that are trustworthy. We used to have 3 with Scooball, but he decided to leave the tourney and go back to the Tigers. So, we'll see where this goes. And we got Micah Ashman coming in for Team Canada. Roman Anthony in the box with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Come on, Roman. First pitch, slider, 79 miles an hour on the corner for a strike, 0-1 count. Roman Anthony in the box and Ashman on the mound. Big swing and a miss there by Roman Anthony. No balls and 2 strikes from Ashman to Anthony. Big swing and a miss, and down he goes, Roman Anthony. And that is out number 3. Nice job there by Micah Ashman coming in and getting the job done. Michael Ashman coming in and filling in, obviously, for Michael Soroka and getting the job done, but not after we end up putting up 3 on the board. Go to the bottom of the 3rd, which will be now at the top of the 4th. Or no, we're going to the bottom of the 3rd. Let's see who's up next here for Team Canada. And the Dominican Republic just ended up getting the mercy rule on Korea, winning 10-0 in 7 innings. Next up for Team Canada, leadoff hitter, shortstop, Otto Lopez. 1-for-1. Batting second, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, 0-for-1, Josh Naylor. And batting third, 1-for-1, right fielder Tyler O'Neill. If you're just tuning in, Schwarber grounded out to first. Bobby Witt Jr. scored, making it 1-0 in the top of the first inning. And then Bregman reached on an infield single to third. Harper scored, and Judge scored on a throwing error by Abraham Toro, making it 3-0 Team USA. First pitch in there for a strike with a sinker, 91 miles an hour by Logan Webb to Otto Lopez for 1 count. 0-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Lopez. Sweeper, 85 miles an hour by Logan Webb. Beautiful. No balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Team USA up 3-0 on Team Canada. Otto Lopez in the box. Josh Naylor on deck. 0-2 pitch from Webb. And a slow dribbler to second. Bobby Witt Jr. is there. Throw to first and got him. 1 away. Great defense there by Bobby Witt Jr. Next up for Team Canada, first baseman Josh Naylor. Bottom of the third inning, Team USA up 3-0. First pitch to Naylor. Little blooper right to Bobby Witt Jr.'s glove, and that is 2 away. Witt has been active here defensively, just like he has been all turning. Great job. Next up, right fielder in the 3-hole, 1-for-1, Tyler O'Neill. Logan Webb on the mound, Tyler O'Neill in the box for Team Canada. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. First pitch from Webb to O'Neill in there for a strike. 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch. And O'Neill gets a hold of that one into left field, back to the warning track. And that is out number 3. Go to the top of the 4th inning and see who's up next here for Team USA. Next up for Team USA in the top of the 4th, 0-for-1, the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting second, 0-for-1 with a K, Bryce Durang. And batting third, 1-for-1, it's PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. And on the mound for Team Canada, Micah Ashman. Another sub since the commercial break. Appreciate that. And you're 8 subs away from 23,400. Appreciate you. Semifinal with Dominican Republic and Team USA is going to be must-see TV. Probably will end up being the best matchup overall in the tourney, but I don't know what the chances of Team USA pulling off that miracle. But again, if Skeens is going to be pitching, you got a pretty good chance as long as the hitters do their job. If it was anybody but Skeens, it would probably be an automatic loss unless Skubal was able to stick around. But not having three, guys you can trust out of 16, you only have 2 pitchers, Webb and Skeens, that you trust out of 16 pitchers. That's not ideal. But we'll see if it's going to be enough. Come on, big dumper. First pitch from Ashman to the big dumper. Cal Raleigh takes a strike. 0-1 count. Come on, Cal. Oh, 1 pitch, change up, outside, 86 miles an hour there by Ashman. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Batting right-handed against this left-handed pitcher, Ashman. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss for Cal Raleigh. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big dumper. Micah Ashman on the mound for Team Canada. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh in the box for Team USA. One-two pitch. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Ashman to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Two-two pitch. And down goes Cal Raleigh on strikes. And that is 1 away. Next up for the Milwaukee Brewers and Team USA, second baseman Bryce Terang, who's been one of the more reliable hitters overall in this tourney. First pitch. First pitch incoming here momentarily. Andrea in the building. What's good? Top of the 4th inning, 3-0, Team USA. Ashman on the mound for Team Canada. Bryce Terang in the box for Team USA. First pitch, 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour by Ashman. 0-1 count. Terang 0 for 1 with a strikeout in the second, but has been very productive in the WBC this year. 0-1 pitch. And slices it into left field with a beautiful single. Nice job by Bryce Terang. And it may not be the most popular name, in the order, maybe the least likely guy to be able to play up to a high level like some of the others. But he definitely has been fantastic for Team USA. Next up, in the 9-hole center fielder, it's PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong. Micah Ashman on the mound for Team Canada. PCA in the box for Team USA. Top of the 4th inning, 3-0, Team USA. First pitch, high and inside, 1-0 count. One-0 pitch, low and away, 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour by Ashman. 2 balls and no strikes to Pete Crow Armstrong. Global broadcast on Fox, World Baseball Classic 2026 quarterfinal. And again, everything is single elimination the rest of the way. 2-0 pitch, low and away with a slider, 81 miles an hour. 3 balls and no strikes to Pete Crow Armstrong. Come on, PCA. 3-0 pitch. Shows bunt. Takes a strike with the 4-seam fastball. 91 miles an hour right down the middle. 3 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. Team USA up 3-0 here in the top of the 4th inning. Micah Ashman on the mound. Pete Crow Armstrong in the box. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss for PCA. 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour by Micah Ashman. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Come on, Team USA. Come on, PCA. 3-2 pitch. And Pete Crow Armstrong crushes that into center field. Back to the warning track. Denzel Clark is there. He makes the catch, and that is 2 away. Pete Crow Armstrong flies out to center. Next up, shortstop. Leading off for Team USA and representing the Kansas City Royals as well, Bobby Witt Jr., who probably has been overall the best offensive, defensive player in the tourney for Team USA. He's been able to come up with some pretty big hits, but obviously some of the Webb gems defensively have been showcased, and we're glad that we have them. First pitch is low and away, 1-0 count. Now we know guys like Schwarber and Judge have homered, and Terang has got a better average, but about being well balanced, and you want to be able to have players that are great at offense, but also great at defense as well. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees by Micah Ashman, 91-mile-an-hour fastball, missing the zone. 2 balls and no strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Little slow dribbler, Micah Ashman, flip to first, and that is out number 3. It's like this. An up-and-coming producer here in the Pacific Northwest, a really good buddy of mine that lives in Oregon here with me as well, and also goes by the moniker Paradigm. If you go like on Spotify, you'll be able to find that on there as well. But usually with me, I get kind of the behind-the-scenes access, and there's something called the Untitled app, and it's for producers, who want to be able to put their, beats on there for musicians and artists to be able to listen to be able to figure out if there could be some kind of collaboration there. And, he's been grinding away. I think he's got 110 beats that he's made in the last 4 to 5 months. And, again, he's been on a real grind, and I'm proud of him. And, we have a very good relationship, obviously working together, trying to cross promote and whatnot. And, again, anything that we end up having here on the channel will be exclusively from him. Go to the bottom of the 4th inning and see who's up next here for Team Canada. Next up for Team Canada in the 4-hole, left fielder Owen Casey. Owen Casey's 0 for 1 with a K. Batting second, third baseman in the 5-hole, former Mariner Abraham Toro. 6 teams that he's been on in 6 years, so he's definitely a journeyman. 0 for 1 with a K. And batting third at DH in the 6th hole for Team Canada, 0 for 1 with a K, Tyler Black. And he's been working on a few new ones. And again, once he gets the files converted, I'll be able to have, hopefully, some of the newer ones that he's made within the last few days on the channel, possibly for tomorrow's matchup between Team Venezuela and Team Japan. That's going to be a very even, close matchup. And I'll be calling that game tomorrow at 6 p.m. Pacific. First pitch from Logan Webb to Owen Casey. Outside, 1-0 count. Bottom of the 4th inning. 3-0 Team USA. Logan Webb on pitch 40. 1-0 pitch, sweeper right down the middle, 83 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. Logan Webb on the mound for Team USA. Owen Casey in the box for Team Canada. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Change up 85 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Casey. You can also find him on SoundCloud for some of the beats on there as well. SoundCloud, with the Brooks Beats, popped up into center field, and that is one away. You can also find him, like I mentioned, with the moniker Paradigm on, with his debut album with the Beats that he released a few months ago. And that'll be obviously more, through Spotify and whatnot. And then obviously I get the inside access with the Untitled app. And again, I get access pretty much to everything that he is cooking and working on. A very talented individual. Everything is made from scratch, too. Very talented individual. First pitch to Abraham Toro, in there for a strike. Change up 85 miles an hour by Logan Webb, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. Low and at the knees. Sweeper missing by an inch. 85 miles an hour there by Logan Webb. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Team USA up 3-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. Yeah, he's my favorite artist out of, anybody. And again, not just because he's my friend. And a little blooper there by Abraham Toro goes into right field, and Aaron Judge scoops it up. And a nice single there by Abraham Toro. Next up, DHing in the 6th hole, Tyler Black. And we're not talking Seth Rollins. It kind of just depends on what kind of mood I'm in, whether if I want to be like in an Ozzy Osbourne kind of mood or, Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole kind of mood or, something old school, whether it be hip hop or whether it be rock. But I understand how much, time and effort he puts in, just like I do. And, it's nice to be able to support your friends when they have dreams and goals, considering a lot of people don't nowadays. And if they do, a lot of people kind of quit those dreams early. 0-1 pitch, change up in there for a strike for Logan Webb. No balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Black. But, I've been doing this for 14 years. This is my 10th year on YouTube. I've been streaming for 14, and, I plan on doing this for the rest of my life. And, it's been a long grind, but I got a long ways to go. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler Black. And, even though we're, at 23,400 subscribers, almost at that, point, and with about 8-9 more subs, I still feel like I'm only like 1% into my journey, even though I've been doing this for 14 years. So definitely got to be able to put in a lot of time and energy and effort and love and passion into what you believe in. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Tyler Black. Webb is approaching pitch 50. He's at 49 pitches. Tyler Black 0 for 1. 2-2 pitch. Slow dribbler towards first base and foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. And after this WBC will be concluded, if you're not familiar with the Northwest Sports Fanatics or myself, I will be doing the Seattle Mariners game in and game out live play-by-play and reactions for the whole season. And I have been for quite a few years. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. And that's the 4th punch out by Logan Webb. Nice job by Webb bringing that electricity. Down goes Tyler Black. Great job, Webb. And that is 2 away. Next up for Team Canada, catcher Bo Naylor. First pitch, high and inside with a cutter, 91 miles an hour, missing, 1-0 count. Logan Webb, 52 pitches in. Bo Naylor, 1 for 1. Bottom of the 4th, 3-0 Team USA with a runner at first and 2 out. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees. Sweeper, 84 miles an hour, missing by a few inches there. 2 balls and no strikes to Bo Naylor, who is 1 for 1 with a single in the 2nd. Appreciate that, Nick. I've been doing, the Mariners. I'm kind of known as, the play-by-play guy for the Mariners on YouTube. And line drive to Bryce Harper, and that is out number 3. And there's not a lot of us, that go full time. Obviously I do the Seattle Mariners. There's a few people that do the New York Yankees. Obviously Valhalla, my buddy, ends up doing the Dodgers. So there's a few individuals that are kind of sprinkled out there, and you got a few streamers that do the Blue Jays. But again, it's not like there's a streamer, for every professional MLB team, and again, it definitely is one of those things where you get some people that do it part-time, but there's only, maybe a handful of us, that end up doing it full-time, and most of the individuals that do it full-time, do a pretty damn good job, and again, it kind of depends on who you want to listen to. Do you want to listen to a Yankee fan? Do you want to listen to a Mariner fan, a Dodger fan? It kind of just depends on your personal preference, but we definitely give you a broadcast unlike anything on YouTube, and again, we get you the HD 4K photos, we get you amazing background music. You're never going to be bored with just, crickets for background music, or just, maybe hearing some of the action with the TV in the background. So again, it's definitely something that I put a lot of love and pride in, and I'm glad that you enjoy it. Appreciate you. Let's go to the top of the fifth inning and see who's up next here for Team USA. And if you're just tuning into the broadcast in the top of the first, Kyle Schwarber grounded out to first. Bobby Witt Jr. scored to third. 1-0 Team USA. And in the top of the third, Alex Bregman reached on an infield single to third. Harper scored and Judge on a throwing error by Abraham Toro. And that's where we sit right now, 3-0 Team USA. Next up for USA, 0 for 2 with a run, Bryce Harper. Batting second, 1 for 1 with a run and a base on ball, Aaron Judge. And batting third, 1 for 2 with an RBI, DH in the 4-hole, Kyle Schwarber. Obviously, if Team USA can hang on to this game, they will face the Dominican Republic in the next round in the semifinal. And then you got Puerto Rico and Italy, obviously tomorrow, and that could go either way, but I would assume Italy will win. And Venezuela, Japan, it could go either way as well. Victor in the building. What's good? Canada down by 3, but it's not over yet. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Top of the fifth, 3-0 Team USA. First pitch right down the middle by Micah Ashman for Team Canada. 93-mile-an-hour fastball, 0-1 count. 0 for 2 with a fly-out, fielder's choice and a run for Bryce Harper. 0-1 pitch from Ashman. Little slow dribbler towards first. Josh Taylor is there. No tap on the bag, and that is 1 away. Junior there, my hero, just like my dad, taking some amazing photos for the WBC. They close in on him. Great to see him there in the turning. Next up, best player on Team USA overall, 1 for 1, a double walk and a run, Aaron Judge. First pitch to Judge, low and away, changeup, 88 miles an hour, missing by Micah Ashman, 1-0 count. And a lot of, pitchers are afraid to pitch to Judge or Ohtani on Team Japan for good reason. Those are the two best players on planet Earth, and it's not even close. 1-0 pitch, high and inside, 1 ball and 1 strike from Ashman to Judge. And there's obviously a lot of other amazing players in the MLB. Like the Seattle Mariners got the best center fielder in Julio Rodriguez and the best catcher in Cal Raleigh. But they're not on the Judge Ohtani level just yet. 1-1 pitch, slow dribbler towards third, throw to first, and a high throw to Josh Taylor, and that is 2 away. Throw's got to be a little bit more precise, there by Abraham Toro. At least he doesn't throw it over the head like he did early in the game. But he almost did there. Naylor with some maneuvering with his body to make that play end up being an out rather than a base stomp. First pitch to Kyle Schwarber, slider, 80 miles an hour, high and away, 1-0 count. Kyle Schwarber in the box, Micah Ashman on the mound for Team Canada. 1-0 pitch, Big swing and a miss by Schwarber. Slider 82 miles an hour, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ashman Schwarber. And plus, when we do our broadcast too, within the music and the photos, also it's about being as descriptive, as possible and giving you as much information on every pitch, on every at bat, and that's really what separates us from a lot of the rest. Little slow dribbler towards first. Naylor is there, and that toe tap on the bag at first will make out number 3. Go to the bottom of the 5th inning and see who's up next for Team Canada. Next up for Team Canada, here in the bottom of the 5th, 0 for 1, Denzel Clark. Batting second baseman in the 9 hole, Edward Julian, 0 for 1. And batting third, leading off, shortstop, Otto Lopez, who is 1 for 2. Hank in the building. What's good? Good, Dank. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Toro is making Naylor work at first a lot. A lot of his throws are very high, and not the he's a good hitter in this tournament, but obviously normally in MLB he's very hit or miss. He's been on 6 teams in 6 years. We recognize him, because he was on the Mariners, for that 1 year. But again, definitely quite a few wild throws that we've seen in the game so far. I agree. First pitch in there to Denzel Clark, 0-1 count. Webb at 55 pitches. 0-1 pitch to Denzel Clark. Big swing and a miss. Change up 85 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes from Webb to Clark. Pitch count limit 65 in the first round, 80 in the quarters, and 95 in the semis. O2 pitch. High and inside, 4-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour, missing by an inch or 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Logan Webb to Denzel Clark. Oh yeah, that's going to be the best game in the whole tourney. I wish that was the final. Big swing and a miss by Denzel Clark. 5th K by Logan Webb, and that is 1 away. The only problem is we have 16 pitchers and we only have 2 that are good. Football went back to the Tigers, so we have Logan Webb as our 2, Skeens as our 1. And as long as the hitters can match Skeens' energy on the mound and hopefully he's lights out, we'll have a chance. But if we had anybody but Skeens going against the Dominican Republic, even Logan Webb, we probably would lose. So at least we're going to have our best pitcher available, and hopefully we'll be able to pull off the upset. And again, maybe if we pull off the upset on the Dominican Republic, we can play a team like Japan in the final with Shohei Ohtani, which would be electric. But again, it's definitely going to get spicier as we keep moving forward. 0-1 pitch in there for a strike. Edward Julian, no balls and 2 strikes. 0 for 1 with a line out in the second by Julian. with nobody on and 1 out, 3-0 here in the bottom of the fifth. Team USA. One ball and 2 strikes from Webb to Julian. Now, I'll be doing Venezuela and Japan tomorrow. And again, definitely looking forward to Dominican Republic and Team USA if we're able to hang on to this 3-0 lead, which I assume we will. Pitch is outside there by Logan Webb. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Yeah, Dominican Republic is the best team. The only, shaky thing about them, just like every other team, is pitching. But if you're looking at hitters, by far 1 through 9 is the best. And it's not even close, in my opinion. Again, we saw Dominican Republic and Venezuela go at it, and they got Ronald Acuna Jr. and Eugenio Suarez and a couple others. It doesn't match the Hall of Fame All-Star ability of Juan Soto, Fernando Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and again, they have Julio Rodriguez, but he's not even one of the top guys. They have him bat late in the order, like 7th. And Julio hasn't really done a whole lot in the tourney, here and there. He'll make some RBIs and whatnot, but there definitely have been other guys like Soto, Tatis Jr., Vladimir Guerrero Jr., they have Junior Caminero. I mean, they are fucking loaded for top tier Hall of Fame All-Star talent. And even though we do have some Hall of Fame All-Star talent as well, I think 1 through 9, I like the Dominican Republic lineup hitting-wise a little bit better than Team USA's. I love Judge, I love Witt, I love Schwarber. Cal hasn't really done anything in the tourney, yet. So we'll see where it goes. Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-0, Team USA with a runner at first and 1 out. And the Dominican Republic played today and ended up winning 10-0 in the 7th. They had to wave the white flag. Got a mound visit. One-0 pitch and fouls it off himself. Otto Lopez, who's 1 for 2. 1 ball and 1 strike from Webb to Lopez. Yeah, the only saving grace for Team USA or some of the others is pitching. Pitching is going to be by far the worst position group for every country. So, I mean, if you got a couple guys, like we have 16 pitchers, but we only have 2 that are reliable. So that's not really the best percentage, but, we'll see where it goes. Sinker, 92 miles an hour, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Webb to Lopez. I agree, bud. 2-1 pitch from Webb. Hits the corner with the sinker, 92 miles an hour for a strike. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Logan Webb for Team USA on the mound. And Otto Lopez 1 for 2 for Team Canada in the box. We got Keller warming up. 2-2 pitch. Slow dribbler by Lopez towards third and foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Bottom of the 5th inning, Team USA up 3-0. But if Skeens can go lights out for 5 or 6 innings and Team USA can match the hitting of the Dominican Republic, we're going to have a shot. It might be a small shot, but we have a shot. Pitch is low and away. It almost gets past Cal Raleigh, but he smothers it. Great job by Cal defensively. Count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes. With a runner at first and 1 out. Dominican Republic winning in 7 innings with the white flag waved by Team Korea. Winning 10-0 just moments ago. 3-2 pitch. Slow dribbler to Webb. Throw to second. Not there. First. So at second, he was safe. And at first, they got the out. Otto Lopez out at first. And runner advances to second. Tried to get the double play there, but just not in time from Logan Webb after he cradled it. Tried to get it to Terang fast enough, but just not enough time. But at least the throw from Terang to Bryce Harper was in time. 2 away. Next up, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team Canada, first baseman, it's Nails, Josh Naylor. And it looks like Logan Webb's day is done, so he'll be coming out. Brad Keller coming in. All right, Brad Keller coming in, Phillies reliever. And again, I just don't have a whole lot of trust besides Skeens and Logan Webb, but we'll see where it goes. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Brad Keller coming in for Logan Webb. First pitch in there for a strike to Josh Naylor. 0-1 count. Naylor is 0 for 2 today. Naylor in the box for Team Canada, and Brad Keller coming in relief for Logan Webb. 0-1 pitch. Naylor, slow dribbler towards first. Toe tap on the bag, and that is out number 3. End of the 5th inning, 3-0 Team USA. All right, let's go to the top of the 6th and see who's up next here for Team USA. Next up for Team USA, third baseman in the 5 hole, representing the Chicago Cubs, Alex Bregman, 1 for 2 with an RBI. Batting second, left fielder in the 6 hole, representing the Boston Red Sox and Team USA, Roman Anthony, 0 for 2 with a K. And batting third in the 7 hole, catcher, big dumper, representing the Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh, 0 for 2 with a K. And Cal hasn't really been able to get going in the tourney. Again, we want Cal and Julio to be able to, show out, just like, Randy Arosarena and Andres Munoz and Dominic Canzone and Miles Mastroboni and, Josh Naylor and many of the other quality players that have been away from spring training. And obviously the Mariners have not been a very good team in spring training with all of their good players not available. But again, once this tourney ends, there should be a few days where they can kind of get back with the chemistry with the studs on the team. And before you know it, we're going to be at the very beginning of the MLB season, just a few weeks away. Can't wait. Yeah, Keller was pretty good for the Cubs. I imagine they wish they probably could have kept him. Ashman is done. Billy Omon, man. One 0 pitch from Almont, and Bregman crushes it, and just foul. Felipe Almont on the mound, and Alex Bregman in the box. One pitch to Bregman, high and away, four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour, missing by Almont. Top of the sixth inning, 3-0, Team USA. Two-one pitch. Ooh, and that almost hits Bregman. If he doesn't duck, it hits him in the head. Blues come out. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Almont to Bregman. We're trying to pull off the sweep. Obviously, we know in the Olympics, Team USA beating Team Canada in their very own sport with hockey, gold medal victories in the men's and the women's. And obviously, we can win this matchup here. We'll go 3 for 3. 3-1 pitch, little hard hit ball towards third, throw to first, and that is 1 away. Down goes Alex Bregman. Next up is left fielder representing the Boston Red Sox, Roman Anthony. First pitch, low and away with a curveball, 80 miles an hour, 1-0 count. And another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. 7 subs away from 23,400. 1-0 pitch, high and away. Curveball, 79 miles an hour, missing by Almont. 2 balls and no strikes to Roman Anthony. 7 subs away from 23,400. 2-0 pitch, right down the middle by Almont with the cutter. 91 miles an hour to Roman Anthony. 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, Team USA up 3-0. Two-one pitch. Hard hit ball towards third base with the laser and fading foul. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Almont to Roman Anthony. Two pitch, high and away. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Roman Anthony. 3-2 pitch. And count still remains full. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Roman Anthony. Likes 34 more to 50. Let's go. Takes 1 second to be able to show a little bit of love and support to a channel. 3-2 pitch. Little slow dribbler towards first. Almost can't get there. No one covering first. And easy sprint to first by Roman Anthony. A little bit of a mistake there by Team Canada. Next up, representing the Seattle Mariners and Team USA, starting catcher, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. Hasn't been able to get a hit yet in the WBC, and it'd be great for him to homer or, just get on base and kind of get off the schneid. Come on, Cal. First pitch. High and away, 1-0 count. Cal's 0 for 2. Hopefully we go 1 for 3 here. 1-0 pitch. Low and at the knees with a cutter, missing inside. 91 miles an hour. 2 balls and no strikes from Almont to Cal Raleigh. Hasn't been able to produce a hit yet. A lot of the pitches have been outside or inside to jam Cal, so he hasn't really had a chance to be able to have that perfect swing for one of those 60 home runs that he had last season here in the tourney. But there it is. 2-0 pitch. He crushes it. Oh, but it goes foul. Oh, my. That was almost on cue. Come on, Cal. Come on, Cal. No, that didn't stay fair. He's due for a home run in this tourney. 2-1 pitch. High and away. Good patience there by Raleigh. 3 balls and 1 strike from Almont, the big dumper. 7th player in MLB history with 60-plus homers, and he's a catcher. I think people realize how tough that truly is. I mean, the most home runs prior to Cal 60 last year was Salvador Perez with 48. So, I mean, that really does show you, in this day and age, bending the knees and having to be a good defensive catcher. If we didn't have Cal Raleigh on the Mariners, we definitely wouldn't have gone as far as we did last year. And as far as the team is concerned, moving forward as well. 3-1 pitch. High and away, and Cal Raleigh will take the walk. Looks like we might have a pitching change for Team Canada, or at least a mound visit here. Next up, second baseman in the 8-hole, Bryce Terang. And let's see if Bryce can end up getting an RBI, make it 4 or 5-0. We're going to have a pitching change here. Felipe Almont day is done. Pitching change for Team Canada here. I pop a little bit of a snack while we are waiting on a commercial break. Next up will be Bryce Terang. All right, got done feeding the pup. And we'll see. Mako is coming in. Adam Mako coming in here for Team Canada. First pitch from Adam Mako to Bryce Terang in there for a strike. Slider 84 miles an hour right down the middle. 0-1 count. Top of the sixth inning, 3-0 Team USA with runners at first and second and 1 out. Mako on the mound, Bryce Terang in the box. 0-1 pitch. Terang hits it right up the middle. Let's go. Runners coming home and safe. There we go. 4-0 Team USA. Great job. And Bryce Terang has probably been the most reliable hitter for Team USA so far in the WBC. Great job. Big RBI by Bryce. Next up is center fielder Pete Crow Armstrong. Way to bring that electricity, Bryce Terang. Let's see if Pete Crow Armstrong can get another RBI or possibly a 3-run blast to make it 5-6 or 7-0. 4-0 Team USA. First pitch to Pete Crow Armstrong and another dribbler up the middle, and that is 5-0 Team USA. Great job by Terang and PCA. Let's go. Back-to-back ribbies, and now the game is opening up. 5-0 Team USA. Next up is Bobby Witt Jr. Let's go. Great job. And again, you know, it's going to get much harder when we go against the Dominican Republic, and if we can find a way to beat them, you know, maybe we can face a team like Team Japan or Venezuela or Italy on that opposite side of the bracket. But definitely the best matchup overall in the tourney is going to be Team USA and Dominican Republic, obviously, if we hang on to this 5-0 lead, which I assume we will. Great job by PCA. Great job by Bryce Terang. And now we got Bobby Witt Jr., who's been obviously a lot of Webb gems defensively, and has come up with a few good hits here and there in this WBC tournament in 2026. 1-0 pitch, four-seam fastball by Adam Mako. Inside, 2 balls and no strikes with runners at first and second and 1 out. Team USA with a 5-0 lead. Yeah, I'm doing Japan and Venezuela tomorrow. You know, I got to work, right? This is my full-time job, so I got bills to pay and, you know, things I need to take care of. So and hopefully we'll be able to get some people to support, you know, other than just Mariner fans, to be able to help this channel keep going. 2-1 pitch to Witt. Slow dribbler towards third. Toe tap on the bag and a beautiful double play as Naylor ends up getting the ball at first. And down goes Team USA, but not after back-to-back RBIs by Bryce Terang and Pete Crow Armstrong. 5-0 Team USA. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. 5-0 Team USA. Go to the bottom of the sixth, see who's up next here for Team Canada. Next up for Team Canada, right fielder in the 3-hole, Tyler O'Neill, who is 1 for 2. Batting second in the 4-hole, left fielder Owen Casey, 0 for 2 with a K. And batting third baseman in the 5-hole, Abraham Toro, 1 for 2 with a K. 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Team USA. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for Team Canada. And if you're just tuning into the matchup, top of the first inning, Schwarber grounded out to first. Bobby Witt Jr. scored 1-0 Team USA. Then in the top of the third, Alex Bregman reached on an infield single to third base. Harper and Judge scored on a throwing error by Abraham Toro, 3-0 USA. There in the top of the 6th moments ago, Sarang singled to center. Roman Anthony scored 4-0 USA. And PCA, Pete Crow Armstrong with a single to center. Cal Raleigh scored 5-0 Team USA. And that's where we sit right now. First pitch with the sinker, 96 miles an hour inside, 1-0 count. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-0 USA up on Team Canada. Keller on the mound, Tyler O'Neill in the box. 1-0 pitch, 4-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour, right down the middle. 1 ball and 1 strike from Brad Keller to Tyler O'Neill. Keller on the mound, Tyler O'Neill in the box. O'Neill with a slow dribbler, throw to first, and that is 1 away. Down goes Tyler O'Neill. Next up for Team Canada, left fielder Owen Casey. Dominican Republic ended up beating Team Korea earlier today, 10-0 in 7 innings, waving the white flag. And the winner of this matchup will play the Dominican Republic this weekend. Must-see TV. First pitch to Casey, outside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, missing by a few inches there by Brad Keller. 2 balls and no strikes to Owen Casey. 2-0 pitch, low and away, 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour, missing by an inch. 3 balls and no strikes to Owen Casey. 3-0 pitch, right down the middle, 95 miles an hour, heater by Brad Keller. 3 balls and 1 strike to Owen Casey. 3-1 pitch. Check swing. Did he go? And he did not. And that is ball 4. And Owen Casey with the walk. Casey to first. Next up, third baseman in the 5-hole, Abraham Toro. And his defense has been a little suspect in this game with throws to Josh Naylor. But obviously, offensively in the box, he's got one of the best batting averages in the WBC, batting over 400. 1 for 2 so far today by Abraham Toro. Slider in there for a strike to Toro. 0-1 count. 1 for 2 with a single in the 4th for Abraham Toro, who's on his 6th team and in his 6th year. He was on the Mariners, so we're familiar with him. 0-1 pitch. High and inside with a 4-seam fastball. 96 miles an hour by Brad Keller. 1 ball and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. One pitch. Big swing and a miss by Abraham Toro. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Keller on the mound, coming in relief for Logan Webb, Abraham Toro in the box. World Baseball Classic quarterfinal live. And Toro with the line drive towards third and foul. Global broadcast here on Fox for the World Baseball Classic quarterfinal live. Single elimination the rest of the way. We had 8 teams when we started, obviously, today. And again, we're going to get that, dwindled down to 4, eventually 2 in the championship game, and I can't wait. 1-2 pitch. Little slow dribbler over Keller's head. Throw to first. And that is 2 away. Next up in the 6th hole, DHing for Team Canada, Tyler Black. And we're not talking Seth Rollins. First pitch from Keller to Black. Slider, 86 miles an hour in there for a strike. 0-1 count. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts so far. Oh, 1 pitch from Keller. Slow dribbler towards first and foul. Or seam fastball, 97 miles an hour by Brad Keller. No balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs. Bottom of the 6th, 5-0 Team USA. 0-2 pitch, low and away, change up, 93 miles an hour, missing badly by Keller. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at second and 2 outs. Black is 0 for 2 so far today, and usually this is the time where you start seeing fans do the wave, and today's game is no different. 1-2 pitch, Black hits it into left field, and runner is coming home, no throw, and now it's 5-1 Team USA. And Team Canada finally gets on the board with an RBI by Tyler Black. Owen Casey comes home and scores. Next up for Team Canada, catcher Bo Naylor. All right, looks like Brad Keller is done, and they're going to bring in another average to below average pitcher. So Brad is done, and we'll see who they bring in next. All right, we're still waiting to see who they bring in. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes. 100 on that dono train and 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. 5-1 Team USA up here in the 6th. Venezuela versus Japan, Ronald Acuna Jr. versus Shohei Ohtani. Yes, please. I'll be doing that. That'll be at 6 p.m. Pacific, and that'll be the live stream for tomorrow. Could be Team Japan and Team USA. Realistically, the Dominican Republic and Team Japan is probably more likely, but again, we will have schemes going against the Dominican Republic if we're able to hang on and win this game over Canada. Gabe Spire coming in, representing the Seattle Mariners, and he's very hit or miss. You know, for every strikeout he gets, you know, he could give up a home run on the next batter. First pitch is fouled off, 0-1 count. Gabe Spire on the mound, Bo Naylor in the box, and hopefully this will be the good Gabe not bad. You know, he used to be, one of the top two guys, with Brash and Bizzardo, and slid down to being the third best in the bullpen last year. I think we had Bizzardo as 1, Brash 2, Spire 3. But again, for every game where he lights out, there's always going to be a game where he gets a punch out and then gives up a home run to the next batter, and we've seen that in this tourney already. But so far, so good with an 0-2 count on Bo Naylor. Come on, Gabe. Two pitch from Gabe, high and inside. Almost got away from Cal Raleigh there, teammate. Gabe Spire on the mound for Team USA, representing the Seattle Mariners. And we got Bo Naylor in the box, representing Team Canada. Come on, Gabe. We want the good Gabe, not the bad one. 1-2 pitch, high and away, as he throws it to Cal Raleigh there. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Team USA up 5-1 on Team Canada. Bo Naylor 1 for 2 with a single in the second inning. 2-2 pitch. Naylor crushes it. I must have jinxed him, and it is gone. And that's not the good Gabe, and that's why you don't want to bring a guy like that in, because again, now it's from 5-1 to 5-3. Big home run by Bo Naylor. And again, Team USA only has 2 good pitchers, Logan Webb, Paul Skeens. Scooball would have been the third, but he went back to the Tigers. And anytime you bring in a guy in relief, something like that could happen. And it's almost like the sports gods know, if I say it, a lot of times it happens. And there you go. Bo Naylor hitting a home run off Gabe Spire. And again, it's just not a trustworthy pitcher, for the Seattle Mariners or for the WBC and the Team USA. This is the second time in the tourney where he's gotten a punch out or an out and then given up a home run to the next guy. Just not what you want from a relief pitcher. But again, Team USA is limited, and great job by Bo Naylor. And now this game is just like it was with Team Mexico, 5-3. 0-1 pitch. Check swing, did he go? Yes, he did. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Denzel Clark. 10 home runs allowed on 28 hits. And Spire has given up 2 home runs in relief. 1 today and 1 a few games ago. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Spire to Clark. And again, I have faith in a lot of the, pitchers, that are on the Mariners, but not a whole lot in that bullpen, even though he might be one of the top 3 guys, but hasn't been very reliable lately. 1-2 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Denzel Clark. On deck is Edouard Julien. 2-2 pitch, popped up, and out of play into right field. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Got a 2-run blast there by Bo Naylor, making it 5-3 instead of 5-1. They got to feel really good, considering we already had Logan Webb pitch, and it's not like we can bring out Skeens. We got Mason Miller that could come in at some point, but the damage has already been done. 4-seam fastball fouled off, out of play. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes from Gabe Spire to Denzel Clark. I wish I would say I'm surprised that Gabe gave up that home run, but I'm really not. Kind of felt like it was coming. Pitch fouled off towards that third base line with that slider by Spire. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, nobody on. Bottom of the 6th, Team USA hanging on to a 2-run lead after Spire came in and gave up a 2-run blast to Bo Naylor. What the fuck are you doing? Two-two pitch. Slow dribbler towards third base, foul. And it's kind of sad to be able to see the progression of Gabe. Used to be the best in the bullpen and then went to second with Brash, and now is probably third or fourth. Still a guy that we have to use, but definitely hasn't been reliable for the last few months. 2-2 pitch. Slow dribbler towards third. Bregman, throw to first. And that is out number 3. Nice job by Bo Naylor, giving Team Canada a little bit of breathing room. And let's go to the top of the 7th and see who's up next for Team USA. In the top of the 7th, 0 for 3 with a run, representing the Philadelphia Phillies, first baseman Bryce Harper. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and a base on ball, a double early in the game in the first inning, Aaron Judge. And batting third, 1 for 3 with an RBI, representing the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. Let's go Team USA. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. And now we're only 6 subs away from 23,400. Let's get it, baby. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. See if I can pull up an Adam Macko photo here quickly before we get back to the break. All right, Adam Macko still on the mound for Team Canada. I agree. You know, because again, we have 16 pitchers and we only have 2 good ones. I really think the only way that Team USA was going to win the whole thing is if Skubal stayed for the whole tournament with Skeens and Webb. So that way we'd have 3 guys that we could rely on. You know, but now when we only have 2, you know, and then you got 14 other guys that aren't really reliable or trustworthy, you know, unless Team USA is able to match the runs and hits, you know, for these other countries like the Dominican Republic. But you know, even if Skeens pitches a gem and, you know, gives up, you know, 1 run or none, there's still no guarantee that we're going to win in those last 3 innings once he goes out. So 1-1 pitch from Macko, and Harper crushes that one foul. But I mean, to me, Dominican Republic is the best team in the tourney. And, you know, maybe the only team that would be able to, you know, show up, you know, would be Team USA on this side of the bracket. And then maybe Team Japan on the, you know, championship game if we end up getting the Dominican Republic and Team Japan in the final. Pitch is high and inside. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Macko to Harper. I mean, we know Venezuela's got a pretty good team, and you know, there's a few countries that have overachieved like Italy, but player for player hitting wise, no one is on the Dominican Republic's level. It's, you know, Team USA is second, you know, based off our hitters, but we're not even in the same category. 3-2 pitch from Macko to Harper, and that is strike 3 looking. And that is 1 away. First strikeout there for Adam Macko. And down goes Bryce Harper, and his struggles continue in the WBC. Down goes Bryce. Next up, all rise. Right fielder in the 3-hole, Aaron Judge. And at least this is the one player that we can count on more times than not, other than Bryce Terang. You know, he's going to get home runs. He's going to get singles and doubles. He'll make a few defensive plays as well. And hopefully Judge will be able to come up big to give us a little bit of a cushion and some insurance here late in the game. 1 for 2 with a double, walk, and a run. First pitch, outside, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch to Judge. Big swing and a miss. Changeup, 86 miles an hour by Adam Macko. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Adam Macko on the mound for Team Canada, and Aaron Judge in the box for Team USA. 1-1 pitch from Macko. Check swing. Did he go? And he did. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Come on, Judge. We need you. Time is called by Judge. But one thing is for sure, don't bring in Gabe Spire late in games, because if you do, he'll give up a home run. He's already given up 2, 1 in this game and 1 a few games ago. It's not locked in yet going into the regular season. 1-2 pitch to Judge. High and inside, 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by Adam Macko. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. 2-2 pitch from Macko. Judge crushes it into center field, but it looks like it's going to stay in play. Denzel Clark is there, and that is 2 away. Damn it. Down goes Judge. Next up, DHing in the 4-hole for Team USA, representing the Philadelphia Phillies, Kyle Schwarber. Adam Macko on the mound for Team Canada. Kyle Schwarber in the box for Team USA. Jerry in the building. What's good? First pitch into Schwarber. Takes a strike looking. 0-1 count. Top of the 7th inning. Team USA hanging on to a 2-run lead. And we had a 4-run lead before they brought in fucking Gabe Spire. And he gave up a home run. And that's kind of his MO. He'll get you a strikeout. Next batter gives up a home run. And he's done it twice in the tournament already. Definitely not trustworthy. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs. Macko on the mound. Schwarber in the box. TJ in the building. What's good? 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss by Schwarber. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 2 outs. Yeah, Gabe is ass. You know, he just, he used to be our best, guy in the pen. Then, was number 2 to Brash. And now he's probably 3rd or 4th or 5th. Just not trustworthy. And that was kind of the thing for him towards the end of the season as well. And down goes Schwarber on strikes. And let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's the second time in the tournament where he's gotten it out, like a strikeout, and next batter gave up a home run. And eerily, with my ESP, I was just talking about it. And what does he do? Gives up a big 2-run blast to Bo Naylor. So I'm not surprised, And I want our guys to be good, but I have a kind of a fear that Gabe and Jose Ferrer that we traded for in the Harry Ford trade, I think he's going to be just as shitty. I feel like, it's cool to be able to have lefties, but only if they're good, like Cade Anderson. And again, Cade will be a starter at some point or another. But again, having lefties, on your team is necessary, but obviously you don't want to have shitty lefties. And I just don't really have a whole lot of faith in Ferrer based on what I've seen in spring training. And with Gabe, it seems like he used to be more confident, but again, maybe he's a little too confident with his abilities. And, for every 1 out he gets, it feels like the next batter ends up being a home run. And that trend has continued, not only from last year with the Mariners, but in the WBC. So we'll see how it goes. I hope he'll, be able to get better, but I don't really have a whole lot of faith with our lefties in the pen. Yeah, I mean, they got Mason Miller, and obviously we know that he was lights out when he was on the Athletics, but then obviously Padres, it's kind of hit or miss, and again, if you had to give us a 3rd pitcher that is trustworthy, I would probably say it would be Mason Miller, and then that's it. So you got Skeens 1, Logan Webb 2, Mason Miller 3, and then the rest of the, pitchers, 15 guys are ass. You just can't trust them, And again, we had Skubal, and I think the only way that we would have been able to win this entire tournament, is if Skubal would have stayed for the whole thing. But obviously, he cares about the Tigers more than the Team USA WBC, and he left. So I mean, we're gonna have our
work cut out for us if we find a way to win this game, because Dominican Republic is by far the best team. But again, every team's biggest weakness is pitching. So we'll see what the Dominican Republic throw at us, and if we're able to match their intensity with their 1 through 9 in the box, and we have Skeens going lights out for 6-7 innings, we might have a chance against the Dominican Republic. But what about these last 2 or 3 innings when Skeens goes out? Then we might be fucked. So we'll see where it goes. Rob in the building, what's good? Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. Still looking for our first dono on the dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. First pitch to Edouard Julien from Bednar, 0-1 count. Bednar on the mound, Edouard Julien in the box. 0-2 pitch, low and at the knees with a splitter, 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Edouard Julien. Bednar, a Pirate and Yankee. Slow dribbler towards first. Fuck! Rain can't come up with it. And a nice hit there on David Bednar. Nice base knock there by Edouard Julien. Next up is shortstop Otto Lopez. First pitch to Lopez in there for a strike, 0-1 count. 1 for 3 with a single in the first. Appreciate you, Dank. And I hope that there's others that will be able to follow suit. It's been a real rough February and a rough March. Obviously we get back into Mariner baseball at the end of the month, and we should be good to go, for the rest of the year. But these last 2 months have been very hard. Stacks. Rack. With a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. We're at 5. 95 to go. Little slow dribbler there. Throw to first on the jumping throw. Safe. And another hit for Canada. Appreciate you. We're at 5 on the dono train. 95 to go. Appreciate you, Dank. I just need to be able to survive. Pay the internet bill. Pay the streaming fee. Take care of my pup. Just the basic necessities. Just to be able to live and keep going. And now we got runners at first and second with no outs. Team USA's in trouble. Single elimination here. And again, when you don't have pitchers that you can trust, this is the type of shit that happens. Next up, representing the Seattle Mariners is Josh Naylor. Pitch gets away from Cal Raleigh and runners advance. Fucking A, Bednar. We're fucked, man. And again, pitching is going to be everyone's biggest weakness. But again, it's kind of frightening. When you have like 16 pitchers and you only have 2 or 3 that you trust. Logan Webb, who pitched already earlier today, right? You got Skeens. If we win this, that would be pitching against the Dominican Republic, who beat Korea earlier today, 10-0. And they had to wave the white flag in the 7th, and maybe Mason Miller as a relief guy. And that's it. And everyone else is just booty cheeks. Not reliable whatsoever. 1-0 pitch. And a hard hit ball by Nails, Josh Naylor, with that curveball towards that left or right field line towards first base. Foul. 1 ball and 1 strike with runners at second and third and 1 out. You need a punch out and a double play, or a double play and a punch out. Otherwise, it's going to be 5-4, 5-5, or 6-5 here in a minute. Pitch is inside there by David Bednar. 2 balls and 1 strike to Josh Naylor. David Bednar on the mound. Josh Naylor in the box. 2-1 pitch. Low and at the knees. 3 balls and 1 strike from Bednar to Naylor. Yeah, but it also depends on who's throwing to you. They're talking about Cal not having a pass ball, going like 1,000 innings. Well, look at our fucking pitching staff, right? Wu, Gilbert, Kirby, Castillo, Miller, and we had 4 out of those 5 injured besides Castillo. We had to have Logan Evans and Emerson Hancock, and then obviously we got Cade Anderson, Ryan Sloan, and a few others waiting in the wings. Big swing and a miss by Josh Naylor. 3 balls and 2 strikes with runners at second and third and no outs, but did have 1 pass ball in the playoffs. But again, when you're dealing with pitchers that are from other teams, I mean, what do you expect? Especially when they're not Mason Miller, they're not Logan Webb or Paul Skeens. 3-2 pitch by Bednar. Popped up. And Bregman is there, and that is 1 away. Thank God. Big out there. Next up, for Team Canada with runners at second and third and 1 out, right fielder Tyler O'Neill. Could really use a double play here. And if we can't get the double play, then a strikeout and a ground out, or strikeout and a pop-up, or a pop-up and a strikeout, or a pop-up and a ground out. Whatever combination that we need to fucking find a way to keep this 5-3 lead or even 5-4. Popped up and out of play. Four-seam fastball by David Bednar, 0-1 count. David Bednar on the mound. Tyler O'Neill, 1 for 3 in the box for Team Canada. Gabe Spire shitting the bed again, giving up a 2-run blast when we were up 5-1, making it 5-3 with Bo Naylor doing his thing. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Four-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour by David Bednar, the former Pirate and Yankee. No balls and 2 strikes with runners at second and third and 1 out. Come on, Team USA. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose the Dominican Republic. We can't lose to fucking Canada. But again, if our pitching continues to be shitty, after Logan Webb exited, there is a chance that we could lose this game for sure. 0-2 pitch, high and inside. Four-seam fastball, 97 miles an hour by David Bednar. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Tyler O'Neill. Pitching is so bad, my pup even left the room. She said, I can't watch this. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. There we go. Next up, left fielder Owen Casey. All right, 1 more out. Strikeout, ground out, pop up. I could really give a shit less. Just get the fucking out, and let's try to hang on to this 2-run lead. We're going to need it. Bednar on the mound, Casey at the box. First pitch to Casey, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Splitter, 90 miles an hour, missing by David Bednar. David Bednar on the mound, Owen Casey in the box. Pitch in there for a strike. Beautiful curveball off speed, 75 miles an hour by David Bednar. Bednar on the mound, Owen Casey in the box. It was good to be able to put a face to the name. A lot of the other streamers don't really want to put in that work to do so. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Beautiful four-seam fastball by Bednar, 96 miles an hour, high heat. 1 ball and 2 strikes with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Team USA fans standing up and cheering loudly. Hopefully we can get 1 more strike to get out of this inning. Come on. Come on, Bednar. The former Pirate and Yankee getting all the support by Team USA's fans, even the ones wearing eagle heads that we just see in the crowd. 1-2 pitch by Bednar. Oh, check swing. He says he did not go. 2 2 balls and 2 strikes. And let's see where it is. We don't got an ABS, but that looked pretty close. But it was outside. Come on, Bednar. Bottom of the 7th. Runners at 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch. Bednar. Popped up. And out of play. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Owen Casey. Come on, David. Two outs, 2 strikes. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. 2-2 pitch. Popped up and behind the plate, foul. Count still remains 2 balls and 2 strikes to Owen Casey. Splitter, curveball, 4-seam, curve, 4-seam. Come on, David. Well, we already had Gabe Spire fuck this game up. Can't have you fuck this game up on top of it. 2-2 pitch. Low dribbler towards first base, foul. And if I was Team USA, I wouldn't even play Gabe Spire the rest of the tournament. But I know that won't happen. I mean, unless you just want to be able to give up a home, he'll be good for that. He's already done it twice in the WBC. Two-two pitch by Bednar. Low and at the knees. Count now is full. And the game is on the line here. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Runners at 2nd and 3rd for Team Canada. 2 outs. David Bednar on the mound. Owen Casey in the box. Come on. USA chance in the crowd. Big swing and a miss. Let's go. And David Bednar gets the punch out. We leave runners stranded at 2nd and 3rd. Way to bring that fucking electricity, David Bednar. Let's go. Great job. I mean, it definitely easily could have been 5-4, 5-5, 6-5 Canada. Way to be David Bednar. For the top of the 8th, and see who's up next for Team USA. Next up for Team USA, representing the Chicago Cubs, 1 for 3 with an RBI, Alex Bregman. Let's go, Bregs. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and a K, representing the Boston Red Sox, Roman Anthony. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a run based on ball and a K, big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. We're at 22 likes, 28 to 50. We got plenty of people in the room to get that as close to 50 as possible. All it takes is 1 second to hit that like button. And again, we've been getting some great representation all over the globe. Obviously, not only in the United States, but Mexico, Philippines, Brazil, Canada, Dominican Republic, Japan, Puerto Rico, Taiwan, Venezuela. So even if you don't speak English, you can still hit the like button. If you don't want to chat in the room, that's fine. But I see you. I see all the stats. I know we're everywhere. The show is being watched, and I appreciate every single one of y'all very, very much. And again, if we have some, mods in the room, I can't do it alone. I need help. So again, when we see things that are a little lower than they should be, we need to be a team here. Let's go. Matt Wilkinson on the mound for Team Canada. First pitch from Wilkinson, tugboat into Bregman, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, inside with a overseas fastball, 91 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike, Alex Bregman. Change up, 93 miles an hour missing. 2 balls and 1 strike to Alex Bregman. Two-one pitch, high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Alex Bregman. Wilkinson on the mound. Bregman in the box. 3-1 pitch. Bregman crushes it towards left field and foul. Top of the 8th inning, Team USA up 5-3 on Team Canada. Single elimination the rest of the way, and the winner will face the Dominican Republic this weekend. Bregman popped up and out of play. Appreciate that, Rob. Appreciate that, TJ. And hopefully we can get a few of the others to support as well. You know, it's probably been the roughest February and March I've had in years. So, and again, you know, I do have bills that need to be paid. I need support, obviously with likes and subs and donos and comments and shares, anything positive moving the channel forward. And then once we get into Mariner baseball at the end of the month, I assume that things will definitely pick up. But I still got to be able to live and survive. Top of the 8th inning, 5-3 to USA. Bregman in the box, Wilkinson on the mound. Three-two pitch. And Bregman pops it up in play. Should be a routine play as we have 3 Team Canada members closing in, but they end up getting it 1 away. Next up is left fielder Roman Anthony. First pitch, right down the middle with a strike, a 1 count. A 1 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to Roman Anthony. One pitch, high and away. Should have been a ball, but called strike. Wish we had ABS here. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Roman Anthony. Top of the 8th inning, Team USA hanging on by a thread, up 5-3. 1-2 pitch. And Anthony crushes it into left field. Should be a routine play. And that is 2 away. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. First pitch from Wilkinson to big dumper, low and at the knees, 1-0 count. Big swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike to big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Come on, Cal. Matt Wilkinson on the mound for Team Canada. Big dumper, Cal Raleigh in the box. Top of the 8th, nobody on with 2 outs. 1-1 pitch from Wilkinson. And Cal crushes it. Out of play. Wilkinson on the mound. Big dumper in the box. Come on, Cal. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss, and down goes Big Dumper. He's definitely struggled mightily here in the WBC, but hopefully he'll be better, once we get the season started for the Seattle Mariners. All right, let's go to the bottom of the 8th and see who's up next for Team Canada. Next up for Team Canada, 1 for 3 with a gang, Abraham Toro. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run, RBI, and 2 Ks, Tyler Black. And batting third, 2 for 3 with a run, 2 RBIs, and a 2-run blast off Gabe Spire a few minutes ago, Bo Naylor. Can't have Bo hit another one, otherwise we'll be in trouble. So you assume you got Puerto Rico and Italy on the other side, and Venezuela and Japan. You would assume that Japan and Venezuela will do that game tomorrow. Could go either way. Enough talent for each team or country to advance, and Italy should be favored over Puerto Rico. And then if it ends up being Venezuela against Italy, very fair, even matchup. If it's Japan and Italy, it would be a pretty even matchup. But we'll see. You would assume Team Japan could potentially make the final, but it will be a little bit tougher for them in years past. This year, especially the way that Venezuela and Italy have been playing lately. Pretty good ball. So, and I believe Yoshinobu Yamamoto went back to the Dodgers, so that will be one key piece that they won't have. They'll still have Ohtani, but it'll be a little bit tougher. And then we got the Dominican Republic. If we can hang on to this win, we got Garrett Whitlock in the game. Hold your breath. 0-1 pitch, high and away to Abraham Toro, who's on his 6th team in 6 years. He's on the Mariners, so we're familiar. 1 ball and 1 strike from Whitlock to Toro. And Toro with a line drive, and Aaron Judge with some great defense out there in right field, baby. And that is 1 away. And Toro actually has been batting over 400 in the WBC, but his defense might be a little bit of a liability. The one thing that isn't a liability for Team USA is this guy right here, the best player on the planet, not named Shohei Ohtani, Aaron Judge. I mean, just imagine if we didn't have Judge, we would be just getting fucking drilled. And we wouldn't even probably made it this far. Even with the roster the way that it sits. But again, when you only have 2 or 3 good pitchers out of 16, what do you expect? More games are won and lost by the pitching staff than any other position group, especially the bullpen. 1-0 pitch from Whitlock. Big swing and a miss. Sinker 95 miles an hour there by Whitlock. 1 ball and 1 strike. To Tyler Black. 1-1 pitch, popped up, and out of play. Tyler Black, 1 for 3, RBI single in the 6th. One-two pitch. Crushes that into left field, fading foul. Sinker at 95 miles an hour there by Garrett Whitlock. One-two pitch. Big swing and a miss. That is 2 away. Down goes Tyler Black. Let's fucking go. Nice job, Garrett. Garrett Whitlock on the mound for Team USA, and in the box, coming off a 2-run homer off Gabe Spire, Bo Naylor. First pitch with the changeup. Did he go around? No, he did not. 1-0 count. Bottom of the 8th, 2 for 3 with a single and a 2-run home run off Gabe Spire in relief. 5-3 to USA as they pan into Josh Naylor. And wow, what a defensive play by Terang. Line drive, and he makes an athletic grab. And at least that's one thing that Team USA has, is amazing defense this year in the WBC. You know, we've seen Witt, we've seen Bregman, we've seen Terang, we've seen Judge, we've seen a number of guys make some pretty fucking incredible plays. And that was another one there by Bryce Terang. Beautiful. Way to shut it down, Team USA. All right, let's go to the top of the 9th and see who's up next for Team USA. Dominican Republic won 10-0 over Korea in 7 innings. They had to wave the white flag. And again, the winner of this game will play the Dominican Republic, and realistically will probably lose. The only thing that will keep us with a chance is going to be Paul Skeens, our best guy besides Skubal, who went back to the Tigers, is going to pitch. So if we can have Skeens go 6, 7, 8 innings, you know, and then the hitters do their thing, we should have a chance, you know. And we don't really know what the Dominican Republic pitching is going to look like, you know. But again, if you look at the hitters, you know, with Juan Soto, who's locked in, Fernando Tatis Jr., locked in, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., locked in, Junior Caminero, locked in. And then you even got guys at the bottom of the order like Julio that they don't even need to hit to win. And Julio's on the team, obviously, as well. And they got many, many others. So, you know, the Dominican Republic, to me, is the team to beat. You know, but I think Team USA, Team Japan, you know, could actually, you know, have a chance. But again, we have to be able to get past Canada here first to make it happen. Rob with a tenor. Go USA and go Mariners. Appreciate you. Mariner fans stepping up. Stacks. Blacks with a little cactus jack. Bang, bang. Appreciate you, man. You know, and again, what I do is not easy. And again, I got a vet bill that I got to be able to take Paisley to the vet once a year. She's got some, you know, shots that she needs to get. And imagine that's going to be like $300 plus. You know, and I got to get food for her. That's another $80 on top of, you know, paying for the, you know, internet bill, you know, which is usually $100 on top of the streaming fee, which is $50. So again, you know, any type of support that we can get to just, you know, stay afloat until we get to, you know, the point where Mariner season is underway here in a couple weeks will be greatly appreciated. Hank with a $5, Rob with a $10. Appreciate you guys very, very much. We're at 15:85 to go. First pitch from Wilkinson. Inside, 1-0 count to Bryce Terang, who's 2 for 3 with 2 singles and an RBI. Yeah, I'm always going to represent the Mariners on the thumbs. But again, you know, at some point or another, you know, we're going to come to a point where we might not have a Mariner, you know, available. But again, if we have Team USA and the Dominican Republic, we could always go with Cal and Julio if Cal plays in that game. But I assume it'll be Will Smith, so we'll probably go Judge and Julio on the thumb for the next one if we're able to hang on. 3-0 count from Wilkinson to Terang. And even though Bryce might be the lowest name, you know, he's been the most consistent, you know, on Team USA in this tournament. 3-0 pitch in there with a strike, 4-seam fastball, 90 miles an hour, 3 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and no outs. And a breakout year last year, batting .288, 18 home runs. 3-1 pitch, high and inside, and Bryce Terang will take the walk. Matt Wilkinson with a walk, and that's not what you want if you're Team Canada. Next up here for Team USA, center fielder in the 9-hole, Pedro Armstrong, who I think is a much better option than Byron Buxton, who they started the tourney in center field, got hit on the wrist, and they've been going with PCA a little bit more. And honestly, I think PCA is the better player, but again, let's see what they decide to do moving forward. PCA 2 for 3. And hard hit ball up the middle. Double play. And got him. Big double play there for Team Canada. And that is 2 away. Yeah, Judge is a beast. Just like Ohtani. They're the 2 best players on the planet. It's not even close. I mean, we got the best center fielder in the game in Julio and the best catcher in the game in Cal, and they're nowhere near Ohtani and Judge. Just being honest and real. Like, we hope one day they can get closer to that greatness, and maybe one day when we win, go to the World Series and win, if they play well, they'll be able to get some higher recognition. But it's all about consistency, and again, nobody's going to be more consistent for their teams than Ohtani and Judge. Even though we felt that Cal should have won the MVP or at least split the MVP, watching this tourney and seeing that Cal hasn't even got a fucking hit and Judge has been able to get hits and home runs, and it definitely shows the consistency is there. Top of the 9th inning, 5-3 Team USA. Bobby Witt Jr. 0 for 3 with a walk in the first run. Nobody on and 2 outs. Let's see if Witt can get a base knock to keep this inning going. And I love, Raleigh and Julio. There's no doubt about it. But again, there is a gap between being the best in your position or being the best in the fucking world. And nobody is better than Ohtani and Judge, and it's kind of been that way for the last few years. And I don't think there will be anybody that will catch those 2 players. 3-0 pitch, high and away. That should have been fucking ball 4. That ump is goddamn blind. But I guess, ABS is not available here in the WBC. Top of the 9th inning, 3-1 count to Bobby Witt Jr. Wilkinson on the mound, Witt in the box. Sometimes you just got to appreciate greatness, even if it's not on your team. 3-1 pitch, high and away, and that's another walk there for Wilkinson. Bobby to first. And another individual that has been struggling with Cal Raleigh, first baseman Bryce Harper. Come on, Bryce. 0 for 4 with a fielder's choice and a ground out. Come on, Harper. First pitch to Harper, high and away, 1-0 count. I mean, if we're going to lose, we lose to the Dominican Republic, the #1 team. We can't lose to anybody besides them, unless we were able to beat the Dominican Republic, and then we lose to like Team Japan in the final. So be it. But would love to see Team USA overachieve, but again, it's not going to be just on Skeens. It'll also be on the hitters. Pitch is outside, 2 balls and no strikes to Bryce Harper. Come on, Bryce. Take the walk if it's there. 2-0 pitch to Harper. Low and away. Good eye by Bryce Harper there. 3 balls and no strikes. Wilkinson to Harper. And again, Team USA can end up getting a few insurance runs if they're just patient here. They have 2 outs, but you got a 3-0 count here for Bryce. No need to swing. 3-0 pitch. And that should have been ball 4, and that's called a strike. Come on. This ump is fucking terrible. Old ass grandpa. Jesus Christ. I mean, that's multiple fucking calls. I mean, if you're fucking that old, he looks like he's almost a fucking 100. I don't think he's got contacts or glasses, but Jesus Christ, man. Come on, grandpa. Time to retire. 3-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And that always happens when you get ripped off on the previous pitch. You end up missing on the next. Now it's, instead of a walk for Bryce Harper, now it's a full count. And realistically, he'll be probably too frustrated, and he'll end up probably striking out here. TJ with $1. Appreciate you. 3-2 pitch from Wilkinson. And there it is. ESP on point. I can read situations better than anyone. And Bryce Harper being pissed after that previous pitch, ends up being frustrated, gets that frustration out, and ends up being swing and a miss. And that is the end of Team USA in the ninth. I mean, we'll have a few ESP moments for the Mariners. There's no doubt about that. But the writing was on the wall for Bryce Harper there. Stack, rack, with a little cactus stack. Bang, bang. I appreciate that. That'll help towards the Paisley Pup Fund. Dog food is 80. The vet bill will be over 300. So anything that we can get to be able to help with that will be greatly appreciated. On top of just the regular things that need to be paid for, like the internet streaming fee. Appreciate you. All right, let's go to the bottom of the ninth. This team's up next year for Team Canada. They're down by 2 and need 3 to win. And we got Mason Miller coming in, so at least we have that going for us. All right, Mason Miller coming in for Team USA, the former Athletic and Padre. Next up for Team Canada, center fielder in the 8-hole, Denzel Clark. In the 9-hole, batting second baseman in the 9-hole, Eduardo Julian. And batting third, shortstop, leadoff hitter, Otto Lopez. And Miller is probably the only, third pitcher out of 16 that's reliable. Skeens 1, Logan Webb 2, Mason Miller 3, and we would have had 4 if Skubal wouldn't have left back to the Tigers. And that might be the difference between us being able to make the championship game and win it all, and Skubal would have stayed. But since he left, it really hits us hard. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, I can't wait for the Mariners season. And again, I'm going to be doing 161 out of 162 games. The only game I will miss is against the Blue Jays on the 4th of July, baby. Big swing and a miss, 101 mile an hour pitch by Mason Miller, and he's usually good for 100 to 103. Every once in a while, an off-speed pitch in the 80s or 90s, but usually 1 to 103 is Mason Miller. 0-1 pitch, in there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes. And they got Young pinch hitting here for Team Canada. Come on, Mason. So Young is pinch hitting here for Clark. 0-2 pitch. And he's kind of a one of a kind. I mean, there's not really too many people like Miller. We had Aroldis Chapman, who can hit you in the hundreds, but Miller is that guy. I kind of like the Miller on the Athletics a little bit more than the one on the Padres, but still, you're able to see what he has to bring to the table. 0-2 pitch, high and away. A 4-seam fastball, 102 that almost got past Cal, but he's got great reflexes and was able to snap it and snatch it in. Bottom of the ninth, no outs, nobody on. Team USA up by 2. Miller on the mound, Young in the box. And we got a mound visit here with Cal Raleigh. Come on, Mason. Bring that electricity for Team USA. Bottom of the ninth, Team USA up by 2. 1-2 pitch, high and away. Slider 88 miles an hour, missing badly by Mason Miller. 2 balls and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. And we're hanging on with a 2-run lead. We would be up by 4 if Gabe Spire didn't give up the 2-run blast to Bo Naylor, but it is what it is. 2-2 pitch, check swing, did he go? And they say he does not. Damn it. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Young. And Jared Young fouls that one off. Three-two pitch from Miller to Jared Young. And that is strike three, but it shouldn't have been. That was a ball. And that was a makeup ball from that grandpa line ass ump. One away. There's no way that was a strikeout. No way. Not even close. Look at the replay. Even with the frame job by Cal, that's a makeup call. I mean, I'll take it, but it wasn't legit. Next up is Edouard Julien. First pitch, high and away, 1-0 count. Miller on the mound, and Edouard Julien in the box for Team Canada. 2 outs away from victory, and playing the Dominican Republic this weekend. 1-0 pitch, right down the middle, slider 89 miles an hour off speed by Mason Miller. 1 ball and 1 strike to Edouard Julien, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. Shout out to Dank, Rob, and TJ. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. 102 mile an hour pitch by Mason Miller. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Ain't that the truth? I mean, every once in a while he'll give up a big RBI or home run, but more times than not, pretty reliable. The opposite of Gabe Spire lately. 1-2 pitch. Hard hit ball towards the left field line and foul. World Baseball Classic, quarterfinal live, single elimination the rest of the way. Global broadcast here on Fox. 1-2 pitch for Miller. Big swing, but got a tip on it. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Edouard Julien. Go USA. I mean, if we're going to lose in this tourney, we're going to lose to the Dominican Republic or Japan, not this team. 1-2 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Miller to Julien. But it is kind of scary to think that we have 16 pitchers and only 3 good ones. Like how can you win a WBC with 3 out of 16? Crazy. 2-2 pitch. Big punch out, 2 away. We're 1 strike away, or 1 out away, from advancing to the Dominican Republic. Next up is Otto Lopez. On deck is Josh Naylor. First pitch right down the middle to Otto Lopez. 4-seam fastball, 101 on the radar gun. 0-1 count. And I don't think we're going to get to Naylor. I think Miller will be able to end this. Right ends up all day, every day. 0-1 pitch. Popped up and out of play in the right field. 102 miles an hour by Mason Miller. Now, Otto Lopez is 2 for 4 today, so he is having a good day, but we're 1 strike away from advancing against the Dominican Republic. And, the WBC might come to an end, but we do have steam, thankfully, so we will have a chance, even though the Dominican Republic's team, 1 through 9, hitter-wise, is better. Big punch out, and that is game. Let's go. Great job there by Mason Miller, and another prediction comes true. Josh Naylor does not get a chance, and Team USA ends up being victorious, winning 5-3. Awesome. And then tomorrow I will be doing Venezuela versus Team Japan at 6 p.m. Pacific. So again, if you don't got anything going on, come through and hang out, and we'll be able to watch you advance on the right side of the bracket. And again, we will be playing the Dominican Republic next. And obviously, it could be whoever wins that matchup could win the whole tourney. And thankfully, we'll have smooth pitching in that game. Shout out to Dank and Rob and TJ for the love. I appreciate it. You know, every dollar counts, especially with the situation that I'm in with my pup this month. I love you guys and I appreciate you guys. And again, I will be live tomorrow for Venezuela with Ronald Acuna Jr. as well as the former Mariner, Eugenio Suarez, going against Shohei Ohtani. Should be amazing. And come through and hang out and watch some baseball with your boy. And I got one question for you. Well, you know, talk sports like us. Final score, Team USA 5, Canada 3. Team USA advances to the Dominican Republic in the next round. And I will be live again for Venezuela and Japan tomorrow. Come through and hang out with your boy. And I got one question for you. You know, talk sports like us. Your boy Ryan with West Sports Fanatics. And I am out. Gang.